Authentic Empress. Ooh, let me come card. Let's see. Anyway, so as y'all can see in the topic, this is going to be a little bit different, a little bit more serious. So we're talking about big pharma. I was getting challenged regarding big pharma in America or the pharmaceutical companies, as well as Planned Parenthood or all the like facilities like Planned Parenthood, right? Because we know that it's not just Planned Parenthood who offer these kind of services or who basically are, doing the same things, right? They're in this occultic or in this cult like energy here, and still abusing women in general, women and babies, for the sake of gain, profit, or some type of youth serum, or as a way to extend their survival, as well as deplenish um, population to a degree, right? All right, so we're very fond of depopulation and all of these truths that's been revealed, that's come out of how the many ways that women are targeted, especially in healthcare, hospital facilities, this, that, and the third, right? What is going on? Give me 1 second. Sorry. Okay, that is somewhat better. Alright, y'all gonna have to bear with me. Boom. Alright, so I want to jump straight into it. So this is talking about these organizations receiving heavy karma right now. They've already been receiving karma. These things have been exposed, but there's something very, very big about to happen regarding these people here. So what I was getting is what we know sorcery to be, right? What we know different forms of witchcraft and these type of things are spell casting, bounding, hexing people, binding people to things, this, that, and the third. So we're aware of glamoring, love spells, this type of thing. So this is talking about mixing or somehow incorporating these things with these medicines that are crafted or created for people's consumption, right? So this is talking about just the whole concept and culture of drugs and pharmaceuticals in general, and how detached people are from associating this with witchcraft and sorcery. It's literally the same thing. All they did was modernize it, call it something else, rename it, but it's literally what it is. It's formulating potions to give to people, right? And think about how a lot of people are under this brainwash like programming, believing that all of their help, they can only be saved by these facilities, right? These doctors and these hospitals, this, that, and the third, right? These drugs. I have to take this drug in order to, obtain aid and this, that, and the third. So think about how people are deeply spellbound and dependent, codependent on these people, on these strangers, these strange men. So I was just doing different, I was just being guided to just search different things regarding like pharmaceuticals, hospital, trying to, dig up just some deeper information about it. Like reading the etymology of it, this, that, and the third. But in the Hebrew dictionary lexicon, when I search hospitals, I usually, you typically would search numbers for this, but something told me to search hospitals, and what came up was H1481, and it says to sojourn, abide, dwell in, dwell with, remain, inhabit, be a stranger, be continuing, surely. So this is talking about strange men coming into these areas or coming into places, creating customs or cultures or different programs in order to stir up trouble, strife, quarrel, or whatever, and gathering together to do this, to exalt oneself, to excite oneself, to put people in dread and fear or in awe of them, right? So wanting to feel like the all powerful, right? Wanting to, in a way, experience the likeness of the glory of the Most High, that type of energy. So these people coming in with that entitled like energy here, and then implementing these things that actually will more harm than good for us, for the sake of power, right? So there was, I was being guided to even the consumption of fetuses. This is something that people kind of gloss over, or they may come across this information, but it's not really something people stay on because it's an uncomfortable topic. It's a taboo topic. So it's just better for people to kind of just sweep it away, you know, act like it doesn't exist, that, you know, it's not there, this is not happening. Well, in actuality, it is, and it's what I was being told, that is happening at higher rates than we even realize. This is something that's been aggressively hidden from us, because of what it's used for. It's ritualistic purposes. That's literally what it's used for. So some people are, you know, new into finding out how placentas are being sold or are being stolen from women, this, that, and the third, and how they are charging women for their own placentas, right? Over $1,000 at some hospitals. So even though your body created this came out of your body, your body delivered it, they will not allow you to have it at most hospitals. They charge you, you know, ass of money. Basically, they charge you an amount that's damn near something unaffordable, so that you can't get it back, so that they can use it and sell it to their highest bidders, or use it for their own, you know, personal purposes and gain, right? So there was this report that I was reading of this interviewer who was doing this investigation, just to find out, is this actual thing? Like, is this really a thing? Do people actually eat aborted fetuses? Like, is this like a whole like scheme, or you know, whatever? And what they did, they went to areas where the rumors were most eminent, I guess, and they interviewed actual physicians and doctors, you know, people who really do work in these facilities. I think the main type of facilities he looked into were women and babies, like women in infant health, right? So where most of these places dominate when it comes to female contraception or abortion, you know, those type of services, right? And I'm telling you, it was more than three different physicians who admitted to this, as it's they contributed to folklore medicine, ancient folklore Chinese medicine, or something of the third. They said that it helps to strengthen the liver to eat aborted fetuses. It helps to restore and strengthen the liver. It works as like a youth serum for the skin, like it makes your skin very supple, you know, plump and clear, this, that, and the third. And something about just overall nutritional value that comes from these things. They said that they consume it in soups, and one of the ways that they will consume it is they'll have the fetuses, ginger, and I think a vegetable, some kind of vegetable, something like that, that they serve it with. Right, so there was these allegations, or a lot of uproar that came out after these pictures were linked of this man eating a barbecued fetus, right? But let me not, you know, go off topic. So before he left these ladies, you know, this lady was giving him this information, right? Some scientific information according to, you know, their knowledge, right? From one of those doctors, he actually asked, like, just went out on a limb and asked if he could, you know, how can I, you know, obtain fetuses? Like, if I was a consumer or a buyer or a purchaser or a bidder, you know, how do I obtain, you know, this, you know, these things? And she literally went and brought him out like a glass bottle, or like this tube, like this glass bottle container with literally aborted fetuses that were about the size of a thumb, all packed inside this bottle. And she gave it to him and was like, typically, you know, something about we don't charge, we try to help out and stuff like that, because these are areas where, you know, these things are made normalized, right? And so it's in demand, because not every country is really on to this, like, unless it's like something hidden, you know, hidden from the general masses, right? Because it's clearly an immoral act. It's not a normal, it's not normal, right? So most of these things, you know, are hidden from us, you know, in first view or whatever. But anyway, she gave him a glass bottle that contained a total of 10 aborted fetuses, and they were all she said that they were all aborted that morning. And because he looked like he was unwell, she's just going to give it to him. You know, you don't have to pay me for anything, you have it, right? We typically take them home, because why not eat them? Because if you don't consume them, if you don't use it for something, especially for their nutritional value, then they're just going to go to waste. So these are these people's mentality. So it's like in their perception of their mind, they're moralizing what they're doing, right? They're trying to make it ethical, like ethically correct, by saying, well, if the fetuses are just going to get aborted anyway, what's wrong with us, you know, making use of it? right, of a very potent, you know, force. They're even more higher nutritional value than the actual placenta, right? This is not shit I pulled out my ass. People can't just pull this out their ass. If it's already proof that people are creating placenta pills, right, that there are reports of women who actually do salvage their placentas, or women with home births who actually do salvage, and they freeze and they keep their placentas and they do consume it, they eat it. They've been taught to, you know, put this back in their body for the, you know, this information about it having nutritional value, or putting a lot more nutrition back into your body because you lose or you shed so much after giving birth, right? But this doctor said that the fetuses themselves, the actual fetuses, are more or higher nutritional value than placentas, right? So Americans, or a lot of Americans, are already used to, or they've already come across or heard of the idea of consuming your placenta, or placenta pills, and how it's good for your hair, and it's good vitamins and minerals, and this, that, and the third, or all this bullshit, right? This stupid shit, this vain shit, because a lot of these things are done out of vanity, right? So that's what I was getting to about this vanity and the dark side of the beauty industry, right? The desperation, what people are willing to do in order to obtain or sustain youth, right? And they're willing to do what? To consume the youth. In their minds, it's literally like, if I want to look younger, if I want to be younger, I want to obtain, you know, youth, right? Why not eat the youth? Why not consume the blood of the youth? It just seems like 1 + 1 = 2 to these people, right? They're not considering the more, they're not using a moral compass whenever they're thinking about these things. They're thinking from a very fleshly perspective, from their root chakra, right? A disturbed root chakra. All right. So I'm just gonna read you guys some of the notes that I got before I start pulling cards and stuff. All right. Okay, so there was this word that stood out whenever I was searching for, and you guys can do this too. Whenever I was searching like Pharma, or all, you know, words related or having this root, or this root word, or this whatever of Pharma in the word, I came across this synonym to basically elixirs and potions and poisons and stuff like that, and it was called filtre, or filtre, I don't know. But it says that it is a love potion supposed to have the power to, or of exciting sexual love, right? And this was something established back in the 1580s by the Frenchmen. In Greek, another extension of the word, variation of the word, is philtron, and it means a love charm, literally to make oneself be loved, right? So think about how a lot of these people, they compete when they're in these facilities and stuff like that. You have secret competitions, or competitions in a lot of industries or businesses or careers or arenas, whatever the case may be, especially when it comes to health facilities and doctors and stuff like that. Egocentrism and, you know, arrogance, you know, all of that shit, power trips, all of that shit is definitely, they're subject to that, right? When it comes to, you know, your money and your position, your clout, you know, your clientele, right? So competing for clientele, competing for popularity, you know, who can be the most popular, you know, physician, the most popular doctor, this, that, and the third, right? So these people are willing to do anything just to attain, you know, that image, that attention, that reputation, and that power, right? So I remember I came across some information about a year ago, or about 2 years ago, about how doctors receive a bonus every time they prescribe a prescription to somebody. It doesn't matter. So how they will have these deals or these contracts with these scientists or these pharmacists, this, that, and the third, who are trying to launch their drugs, or experiment with their drugs, this, that, and the third. So doctors who were able to convince their patients, this, that, and expand just by simply convincing or persuading someone, right? Persuasion is also a form of witchcraft. So just by convincing or persuading someone that, hey, this is a safe thing for you to do, you know, I advise you to do this, you can trust my word, you can trust my expertise, you can trust my credentials and my pieces of paper, you can trust what I have on, you can trust you can trust the fact that I have something in my hand that is consumable, according to the understanding that you're being fed, right? But not according to your own understanding. not according to, you know, wisdom, this, that, and the third, or just whatever. So that's, you know, that's a big point there. How much money these people get every time they prescribe a medicine, a drug, to another individual. They get bonuses for that, especially if it's new, right? Okay. Skip down from there, and we have philo. So another word that stood out was philo. So philosophical, right? We're familiar with this. A lot of us are philosophical. So, but the I forgot to remember what this shit is called. Like, what is the correct? So the prime root, yes, the prime root of philosophy, of being philosophical, is philo, and it says to be loving, fond of, tending to. So what is philosophical? This is somebody who's learned, skilled in learning. So these are the chosen individuals. This is us, right? So this is a part of us co-creating or co-willing justice and judgment into the universe whenever we uncover these things and we utilize, you know, this wit and wisdom and knowledge and this, that, and the third, right? So questioning things. So philosophy means the pursuit of wisdom, knowledge, scholarship. This is talking about these scholars, you know, in these, you know, medicinal industries here, being taught sorcery in order to launch against the masses, right? This is why it says a doctor is a person who practices medicine. So in essence, they're practicing witchcraft. They're practicing sorcery, right? Okay. So a filtre, which is that word I mentioned before, which I already told you was a love potion. It says that it is a drink credited with magical power. This is the etymology roots of these words, right? Roots. Think about roots. Why do we call something roots? So that's another challenge I was getting to. Why is roots called roots? Why is that form of witchcraft or sorcery called that? Why is it that word specifically? And then think about your bloodline. Think about your soil. Think about what keeps you grounded. Think about what your root chakra represents and all of its properties, right? Your security, your stability, your groundedness, your survival, right? Your basic survival needs. This, that, and the third. Your sexual foundation or existence, this, that, and the third, what you reproduce. So the roots. So this is a form of root work, right? Okay. Because when you get to the roots, the whole purpose of like the roots, when we use the phrase getting to the root of things, we want to get to the root of things so that we can uproot or we can pull out those things that's causing these other things to grow, manifest, come into fruition, or prosper that we want to put an end to or prevent it somehow, right? So we go to the root of things. We want to get to the root of things. We want to address the root of it, right? So this is talking about these individuals receiving karma from manipulating people's roots, right? So causing destruction in the womb, therefore causing destruction in the mind, in the brain or the body, the genetics of the infant before they're even here, before they even arrive, right? All of this, you know, these potions and these elixirs that are given to women, especially during labor or while they're with child as well. So getting karma for that, right? Manipulating people's lives, their legacies and generations. Okay. So it says a filtre, a drink credited with magical power, can make the one who takes it love the one who gave it. Right? Doctors do this all the time. So systematic investigation. This is also what philosophy means. A person who systematically investigates things. So this is also talking about systems being investigated heavily at this time for malpractice. Right? Discipline of dealing in rational speculation or contemplation. Discipline of dealing in rational speculation or contemplation. Natural science, alchemy, this is all what philosophy means. It means natural science, alchemy, occult knowledge. Philosophy is a struggle against the bewitchment of our understanding by the resources of our language, meeting trouble with level-headed detachment. So that's another message I was getting for us as well, those who are of light, right? How we're in this energy now where we know how to meet trouble with level-headed detachment. We no longer attach to what people say, or we don't internalize people's projections or whatever they're mirroring back, right? We no longer internalize those things. We know how to detach from the emotion of it, right? And look at things with rational speculation, right? And contemplation, like to think things over in a fair way, in a fair manner, right? Okay. So pharmacy, a medicine that removes the body of excess humors except blood. So I was being led to see what that means, because obviously there's multiple definitions for humors. This is also talking about really, turning to true, holistic, ordained, honorable, divine healers, herbalists, right? Midwives, doulas. This is talking about returning to natural ways, okay? Because we've been doing it their way, or these unnatural things that they've been creating have been causing a lot of harm and discord and destruction to us. A lot of hysteria, right? So we're going to talk about that too. The hysteria that's willed or launched against the women who have these abortions, who gets put on birth control, or who have these exams and this, that, and the third by people who really don't give a fuck about them, and they're experimenting with them, or using these tools and creating scars and causing wounds and all these things inside of the uterus or the vaginal entry, right? So, like, for example, high blood pressure, hypertension, which is high blood pressure. Don't you know, not only does stress increases that, which a lot of women are under stress, but hysteria is literally a nervousness disease, nervous disease, right? All right, let me get on this first before we go deeper into that. Because another thing about hysteria is the primitive root of that word, which means uterus. Literally, it means uterus and womb, of the womb, uterus. So, and then in later time, Europeans, Englishmen changed the meaning of the word hysteria to an uncontrollable laughter or fits of laughter, right? Or an excessive. We'll get to that. So let me see what this word means, because that said a lot. Philosophy is a struggle against the bewitchment of our understanding by the resources of our language. Spells. Not even understanding or knowing what these words mean that you're using, or that's being used to you or toward you. So, okay, fluid or juice of an animal or plant. Wow, that's what humor means as well. You know what keeps standing out to me? How humor or hysteria, or how these very serious things here, like your body fluids, how in the hell did they get associated with humor in the form of like laughter and entertainment? What's entertaining about this, right? So it says fluid or juice of an animal or plant, liquid, dampness, medical humor. What is a medical humor? From Latin, body fluid. So this is pertaining to body fluids. Also humor by false association with humus, earth. Body fluids, the body, earth. Earth represents the body. Related to humor, be wet, moist, and die, become wet, humid. In old medicine, any of the four body fluids, blood, phlegm, choler, and melancholy, or black bile. Now, it's interesting how they said that right there, that the four humors is blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile. But where else was that? Somewhere else I read. Yep. It says pharmacy, a medicine that removes the body of excess humors except blood. So blood comes from the heart, phlegm from the brain, yellow bile from the liver. This is why they eat these aborted fetuses. Yellow bile from the liver and black bile from the spleen. Blood was hot and moist, like air. Phlegm was cold and moist, like water. Yellow bile was hot and dry, like fire. And black bile was cold and dry, like earth. Human motive, aim, discovery, province, human nature, method, means, observation, audience, and the sympathetic. Discovery, province, human nature, method, means, observation, audience, and sympathetic. Okay, so this is talking about experimenting with the dead to discover occulted things about human nature, or methods and means to an end. Okay, so I did channel this earlier too, doing this for observation. Okay, so hospital in etymology also is synonymous to hostel, hotels, a guest house, and an inn, INN, like a hotel, motel, whatever. So another thing about hostel, though, you guys may be familiar with this movie called Hostel. It's a horror film. Let me pull it up. But a hostel is a house of entertainment, I think. Yeah, so a hospital is a shelter for, well, originally known as a shelter for the needy, back in mid-13th century, Old French. And then we have a hostel, shelter, lodging, guest house, inn. So a hospitalis in Latin is someone something regarding of a guest or host, duties of hospitality, charitable institution to house and maintain the needy. It wasn't until the 15th century that the English people wrote it off as an institution for sick or wounded people back in the 1540s. But this same word is contributed or associated with the meaning of hostel and hotel, right? It's supposed to be a synonym of this, hospital. All right. Yes, a house of entertainment. So this is talking about people who find entertainment or who intentionally torture, experiment, and harm a targeted people for entertainment. So this could be talking about the dark web. This could be talking about these secret parties and these ritual parties and events and stuff like that, where there's like a lot of torture going on. Alright, hostile movie, because that's literally the basis of that movie. It's about a bunch of provident or rich wealthy people who pay these individuals to perform egregious acts on other people or individuals or targeted people. Let's see. Wow, they got 3 of these? So it's 3 hostile movies? Well, 3 parts. That's crazy. Yeah, these people ain't get these ideas out of nowhere. Eli Roth is the director. That name Eli though, something about that name. Okay, I'm trying to find like a description. They hiding that, ain't they? Hostel tells the tale of two young Americans traveling through Europe who end up being lured into the possession of elite hunting. Ah, we in there now. Okay. Hunting people for sport. Where's my feather? It's the blue jay feather I told you guys about. Anyway, so let's read this. Hostel. So what I'm hearing, like, there's a connection to this and what's happening right now, or what's actually being done in these facilities. Wow. In 2006, writer-director Eli Roth's horror film Hostel was released in cinemas, produced on a small budget. The film was a financial success, pulling in more than 80 million around the world, as well as winning a strong fan base. I bet it does have a strong fan base. A sequel was announced shortly after, and it seemed that a new horror franchise had been established. Now, 6 years later, a third entry in the Hostile series has been released. Roth is no longer involved. The film has not seen a theatrical release, instead giving a low-key debut on home video to little fanfare. So the question is, what's happened to the Hostel series? Somebody brought their toddler child to go see that movie. Okay, Hostel, a more grown-up troubling film. Extended torture sequences and graphic violence were horrifying. The tense atmosphere created by the bleak, unfamiliar Eastern European location was arguably the film's most effective tool. Hostel tells the tale of two young Americans traveling through Europe who end up being lured into the possession of elite hunting, a company who sell them on as murder victims to the cruel and curious. It's presented to us as a believable setup, small, out of the way, and grimy. Wow. Extreme horror, crudely dubbed torture porn by critics and would-be censors, was proving popular at the box office, and with Saw 2 having grossed just shy of 150 million just a few months before Hostel's success, a Hostel sequel seemed inevitable. So it says that the Hostel script is actually more intelligent. Mm. Okay, so Hostel Part 2 expands the elite hunting organization shown in the first movie to a level that almost implies a global conspiracy. The group shown in the first film seems smaller, operating in an abandoned warehouse in a small town where people are exploited and the local authorities are paid off. Here we're shown a mansion with a secret room just to display the decapitated heads of the owner's enemies. A subplot involving the main character distaste for the C word is another confusing addition, since it asks us to believe that she'll stand for torture, attempted murder, and rape, but draws the line at being insulted. These are the small things that the first film got right. Okay, so it says in the final 20 minutes of part 2, it says baffling plot twists abound as characters attempt to borrow each other's personality traits in the name of keeping the audience guessing. So, shape shifting and covering each other's ass. Okay, so a lot of these authorities they're being paid off to keep quiet about these things because they're benefiting from it as well. I know in Atlanta they're like desperately in need for like more law enforcement. Like they're desperately trying to hire on more people because they lost so many people because of karma. And I know I'm familiar with this hospital down here, and that's why I said it's not just Planned Parenthood. It's any facilities that offer services or similar services as Planned Parenthood, like abortion or giving contraception or these different things like concerning reproductive health. There's this hospital down here. There's a lot of reports of them. A lot of deaths of blacks and Hispanic women dying from birth complications. Like a lot of these, I gotta say what I'm hearing. A lot of these babies, like a single mother or something like that, who don't really have like, ooh, that is crazy. I heard like there's even been situations where they lied. Like when the mother passed away, they lied and said that the baby died too, but they actually kept the baby. Mm. So if we already know that they're infamous for stealing placentas, why wouldn't they steal people's fetuses? Now remember I said the doctor in China said that fetuses are actually more higher nutritional value than the placentas, right? So just like how they can how people are making placenta pills, I'm pretty sure they're making pills using aborted fetuses, right? Or elixirs. Also, I remember reading something about how they prefer aborted males from young mothers. They prefer those. Like they'll have video, but they prefer those over others. Something about and now they didn't exactly describe why, but I did get a channeling why they prefer males. It's in my notes somewhere. Yeah, because it has something to it was related to gang violence too. I was trying to decide if I want to do another video because this is going to be a lot of information, but Yeah. It's a reason. It's like, so you know how males in general are the species that are more stronger than women. Um, Something about their vitals, the vitality of a man, especially like if he's of melanated descent. Something about his vitality, um, his strength, or it's something like that that they're trying to consume. They're trying to consume that for themselves. Longevity. It's something to do with longevity. Man, where is this shit? Cause I do remember writing it. Alright, I'm about to find that later. Hopefully I'll come to it when I'm reading through everything. Okay. I think we got everything we need from... The point is, this is something that's definitely not secret anymore. Come on now. Elite splinter operations. And with some cool additions that we Okay. Relocating to Las Vegas, the plot starts with a group of guys heading off for a debauched stag weekend, the hangover style. Before we end up in familiar territory, hunting for missing friends and falling afoul of murder merchants, elite hunting. That's what I was getting to. So these concerts, um, be careful, or ooh, these people target concerts. They target places where it's like um large crowds of youth. Like, I wrote this down somewhere. That's why where is this? I just wrote this down. Because they gave me an age group. I think it was from something about targeting infants, adolescents, and mid to mature males. Okay. Abandons all logic and descends into stillness. It's frustrating and really spoils all of the does nothing to undo the damage done to... Look, this is some type of fan or whatever, so I'm trying to get to the good shit. Okay. I think I got everything I needed from there. So basically, the basis of me reading this is about a hunting elitist group who hunt people for sport or for folklore medicine. These people are dying. These people are trying to figure out how to stop these damn plagues. I'm ready to pull some cards. Okay, I gotta show y'all what I pulled up though. Okay. Now, the last video I did, there was heavy emphasis about these people who migrate to other areas and they fuck shit up. and then they leave and they do the same thing all over again, and they just leave their destruction for other people to damn clean up or worry about, and then they move on to the next place and they do this shit. So a card that came out yesterday was Northwest. Something about the Northwest. They could be doing this or being in this energy. A lot of the diseases and these things, like, because think about like large cities or like overly populated cities. In sociology, they consider these places like I forgot what it's called, a mixing pot or some shit like that. But this is talking about people migrating and bringing diseases and plagues and curses with them to these areas that they're migrating to. Okay. So in the Hebrew dictionary, when I had searched hospital, we had got 1481. That number means that it is a message of support from your angels in regards to new projects, ventures, and financial undertakings, as these will prove to be successful and profitable. Make your life purpose your priority, and your angels and the universe will see to it that your needs are met, and your hard work and effort will be rewarded with success, personal satisfaction, abundance. Accept your blessings with gratitude and keeping with the laws of giving and this is not why I pulled it up. This is the part. Take special notice of your repetitive thoughts, ideas, visions, and dreams, as they are giving you clear messages urging you to make changes and or take action. Have the courage to step into your own personal power and live your life according to your own truths and values. If you are feeling inclined to begin, pursue, or expand a spiritually based practice, profession, or career, angel number 1481 can suggest that it is an auspicious time to begin, and you will find a long-term success and personal fulfillment as you help others serve your soul mission. Tap into your truth, passion, and purpose. So this number also talks about a time to fully let go of a situation that has ended. The angels remind you that as one door closes, another one opens, and they are with you, helping with the transitions you are undergoing. Having faith and trust that these endings and new beginnings will prove to be the answers to your prayers. Exactly. So these transitions are happening with these facilities. This is why we saw the breast milk, not breast milk, the baby formula being moved or being removed from the shelves. These are transitions, necessary transitions that are taking place from these principalities. These people in these high places who are destroying our health intentionally, right? Intentionally trying to kill us off in numbers. And they have been doing so for some time, right? This is what's happening around us. This is what's happening at this time. It's being emphasized. So for any of you, especially women like who have experienced any type of reproductive issues or infertility, ulcers, because these are all things created from birth control. Birth control also creates high blood pressure, hypertension, all of these things that build up plaque in your heart, in the arteries of your heart and your brain. So when we talk about calcification and people's hearts being hardened or people having a reprobated mind, a lot of that has to do with this plaque buildup, this calcification that's going on in people because of these practices that they just give into, and they don't do no real research, or they're not tapping in to source energy to find out these secrets about this occultic information, right? So this is also a reason why a lot of people are cold, a lot of people are confused, a lot of people are not there, right? Because of the hardening of their minds as well, right? So hyssop, if you are an individual who have experienced, any of this, type of warfare or conflict towards your reproductive system, your womb, this, that, and the third, hyssop, the hyssop herb, or hyssop herb, something like that. So it says it's traditionally used as a digestive aid and for asthma, liver problems, gallbladder disease, gas, intestinal pain, colic, coughs, cold, sore throat, asthma, urinary tract infections, poor circulation, menstrual cramps, to cause sweating and baths, so sweating out toxins. Topically for burns, bruises, and frostbite. So something about Spirit wanted me to mention this herb for people. Okay. So hyssop can also help kill cancer cells. It is an anti-cancer herb. It helps with ulcer treatment. Now these are things that are a part of the attacks facilitated against women, especially, right? These are ways, you know, you can reverse these effects using this herb. Because a lot of women have cysts. They have ovarian cysts and, you know, all these things that are resulted from birth control, different things like that. Okay. So it says that Hyssop targets basically acts against two chemicals that are a major role in the formation of ulcers. So it also helps with asthma, to improve inflammation, oxidative stress, allergic, all of these things basically to aid in that, aid in your airways. So this is also talking about attacking the throat chakra also. Delaying the aging of skin, because it's basically a lot of antioxidants. Yeah, it helps to fight against environmental toxins as well. Okay. Stabilizing cells called free radicals that are harmful to our health. Excessive accumulation of fat. So another thing about these places too, they're receiving karma because they don't tell people the side effects or like the things that will happen emotionally, spiritually, physically, psychologically as a result of having these abortions, as a result of taking these birth controls. They don't tell you all the facts. These are people who utilize double speech. They tell you what you want to hear to get what they need from you or what they want out of you. Basically, which is typically either your money or something regarding your body, right? Something that they can use from you. All right. So it says that it's also a antimicrobial and antioxidant herb. This is a herb. I want you to hear the herb family too, because these are other herbs you can use as well. I think it was like oregano, lavender, sage. Let me see. Where is it? But these are other herbs that have similar effects. They're all in the same family. There we go. Hyssop is in the Lamiaceae family, which is also known for thyme. That's thyme, mint, oregano, basil, sage, rosemary, lemon balm, and many other aromatic plants. That's what it is, an aromatic plant. Another thing about this though, literally all of these herbs I just named, you can consume this in teas. You can add this to your baths. You can create oils and put this on your skin. Remember, your skin is the largest organ of your body, so your skin consumes things too. That's what I was getting to about these elixirs and this sorcery that's being launched against us, especially women, targeting women. So lotions, hair dyes, all these different things. Be careful with there's things being put out to intentionally disrupt your DNA. Because hysteria, you know what, let me get on this. So hysteria is a nervous disease. Hysteria in Greek also means the womb. Hysterical, a person who is hysterical is someone who has excessive or uncontrollable emotion. Well, don't that sound like a lot of women right now? But that sounds like a lot of men too. Peculiar to women, originally defined as a neurotic condition, peculiar to women. So this is talking about the brain, right? Neurotic. Peculiar to women and thought to be caused by a dysfunction of the uterus. General sense of unhealthy emotion or excitement. So hystericos means of the womb, suffering in the womb. This is what hystericos means, right? That's Hysterikos. You can find all of this in the etymology dictionary, right? So 1939, hysteria, this is when the English termed or changed the meaning of hysteria into meaning very funny or uncontrollable fits of laughter. And what spirit identified to me by that is basically making a mockery of women's sensitivity. Making a mockery out of it. That's why hostel means a house of entertainment. And what's the only movie out there called Hostel? What is it based on? Elitist. elitists exploiting poorer people, or exploiting people who they deem are beneath them, right? For entertainment, making a mockery out of people's sensitivity, being able to feel pain and torment and torture, right? Making a mockery out of that shit. Control, abusing their power, right? So definitely, you know, do your necessary research with Hysteria. Make sure you don't overindulge in, you know, in things, you know, just be mindful, right? A little goes a long way. But definitely utilizing all these other herbs that were mentioned as well, even if it's just in aromatically. Another thing too, these are herbs that are really good for like steaming the womb, steaming the uterus or whatever, because the thing about steam, right, what it does is it opens up like your pores inside of your uterus, your womb or whatever, and so it helps it to basically soak up those herbs, right? So this is why yoni steaming is definitely recommended for any woman that's honestly, any woman that's received any type of gynecological like service, right? Because we have to remember what this shit was founded on. This shit was founded on some old ass fucking white men. Old ass fucking white men with some damn tools and shit, digging in somebody's shit. And black women, experimenting on black women specifically, right? So antiviral, I need to get to that too. Antiviral properties. So hyssop has also hyssop may have some use in preventing the spread of viruses such as herpes simplex 1 and 2 and HIV. It says researchers said the plants appear to target structures that allow the virus to attach to and therefore infect cells. They may also destroy key enzymes that HIV relies on for its life cycle. That was no coincidence, right? We're talking about reproductive issues, including STDs and stuff like that. So oh yeah. Let me go back. Let me go back because I almost forgot something. Okay. Where are they? I think it was Ezekiel 33. I don't even know how I pulled out that last number. Sojourner Truth. Something about Sojourner Truth. Wow, I didn't even see that. I'm glad I came back to it. Ooh, these are talking about alien races, people who are strangers, strange men, colonizers. Some of these people that are among us are not even, they don't have souls. They're not real. This is crazy. Launching attacks. I gotta show y'all this. I didn't even see this before I put that in the title. But I don't even know if you can see it, bro. But it's somewhere within these two. Somewhere within those two. It literally says to launch an attack. Strangers launching attack. So that People will dwell in fear and dread. Okay, I'm just gonna go. So another number that I had pulled up somehow. I think it was from a script, a link under the Hebrew dictionary for the 1481 number, but it was 2669. It says, oh yeah, so this was talking about what's being reflected in the universe right now, and what should be being reflected in us as well. So it says that 2669 encourages you to clear stale and stagnant energies. That's what's being cleared right now. Stale and stagnant energies are being cleared from among us. So this is also talking about you clearing this energy from your home, your work environment, decluttering your surroundings, ushering in fresh positive energies. Angel number 2669 indicates that it is time to lighten your load and be rid of old possessions. So Earth is lightening her load. Clothes, household goods, or whatever you no longer need, and look to donating or selling off things that are cluttering your life in or that could be of use. Donating or selling off things that are cluttering your life in or that could be of use to others. Now, with that, I'm channeling those fetuses again. Angel number 2669 also tells you to clean and clear out old issues, regrets, hurts, inner fears, and release them once and for all. Ask your angels to help you heal from any fears or pain from your past, so that your heart is filled only with love, peace, and forgiveness. When the light of your spirit shines brightly, you learn, grow, and evolve, and illuminate the way for others. Stay open-minded, open-hearted, and grateful for all that you have, and count your blessings daily. Be caring, open, and supportive of others, and give advice if asked, but do not encroach upon their decision-making. Help others by setting a positive example. So this is also talking about us, the chosen prophets, or the chosen ones who have these things revealed or whatever. This is talking about honoring your duty and speaking up, telling people. All right. Wait, is that the first? I need Ezekiel. Okay. I don't know how I can pull it up. So I also had got Ezekiel 33. And I'm gonna read that to y'all. Okay. Ezekiel 33 says, the word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, speak to your people and say to them, when I bring the sword against a land, and the people of the land choose one of their men, and make them their watchmen. A watchman is one of the prophets, right? A watchman is a prophet. An ordained prophet. When I bring the sword against the land, and the people of the land choose one of their men and make him their watchman, and he sees the sword coming against the land and blows the trumpet to warn the people, then if anyone hears the trumpet but does not heed the warning, and the sword comes and takes their life, their blood will be on their own head. Since they heard the sound of the trumpet but did not heed the warning, their blood would be on their own head. If they had heeded the warning, they would have saved themselves. But if the watchman sees the sword coming and does not blow the trumpet to warn the people, and the sword comes and takes someone's life, that person's life will be taken because of their sin. But I will hold the watchman accountable for their blood. Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the people of Israel. So hear the word I speak and give them warning from me. When I say to the wicked, you wicked person, you will surely die, and you do not speak out to dissuade them from their ways, that wicked person will die for their sin, and I will hold you accountable for their blood. So this is a message to prophets, messengers, right? Chosen ones, watchmen, right? The truth speakers. This is a message for us, right? Because we're going to be put in position to talk about very uncomfortable topics, or talk about things that people are not going to want to face, right? People's darkest fears. We're going to be put in place and position to discuss these things, to bring light to these things, to share this truth, spread this truth, bring it to people's awareness, even though the world or other people are trying to cover it up, or make it old news, when no, it's still very relevant right now, right? So this is talking about having courage, right? Being bold in your prophecy, your prophesying. Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the people of Israel. So hear the word I speak and give them warning from me. When I say to the wicked, you wicked person, you will surely die, and you do not speak out to dissuade them from their ways, that wicked person will die for their sin, and I will hold you accountable for their blood. But if you do warn the wicked person to turn from their ways, and they do not do so, they will die for their sin, though you yourself will be saved. Son of man, say to the Israelites, this is what you are saying. Our offenses and sins weigh us down, and we are wasted away because of them. How then can we live? Say to them, as surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, I take no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but rather that they turn from their ways and live. Turn from your evil ways. Why will you die, people of Israel? So this is talking about people having this awareness. You're held accountable for what you know. So this is talking about people being exposed to this information. Could have had prophets in their inner circles, or came across these people and instead viewed them as some type of I forgot what they call, a conspiracy theorist or something like that, or joining groups to defame these people, to belittle these people, to make a mockery out of these individuals. This is talking about those people as well receiving karma, and you taking your hands out of it because you've already told these people this information. You did your part, right? You shed or you spread whatever gospel you were put in position or place or responsibility to share with these individuals. After that, wash your hands with it, right? Wash your hands with it. They know now. They have the piece of information. That's all you were supposed to do. You don't have to sit there and just tolerate people who bring you discomfort constantly. All right. Therefore, son of man, say to your people, if someone who is righteous disobeys, that person's former righteousness will count for nothing. And if someone who is wicked repents, that person's former wickedness will not bring condemnation. Now, another thing about Planned Parenthood that I pulled up. Hold on. Why is oh, that's why. I'm going to say like some of my stuff missing. Where is it? Okay. It's some statement reported from an interview from someone who worked for Planned Parenthood, but I want y'all to hear it. Okay. All right. So these kind of individuals boast about the good that they do in their community, but they do twice as much as bullshit and cause harm and havoc and chaos to individuals behind the scenes. It says Planned Parenthood kills hundreds of thousands of babies every year. It said it doesn't matter how much good they do, they kill kids every day, totaling to hundreds of thousands of them. You can't give them a pass. If I was a good person but killed 10 people every year, Would you fight for my right to stay out of trouble? After all, I do so much good in my community. Of course not. But we aren't talking about 10 people. We are talking about numbers that our brains can't even comprehend. If you go to a facility that doesn't provide abortions, you are still giving money. You are still giving money to that industry just by being there. If you are complicit in funding Planned Parenthood, then you are complicit in abortion. Now, let me be clear. I'm not being insensitive of people's choices whenever they, you know, like if you get raped and stuff like that, and I'm that's your business. I'm just sharing what I'm here to share. All right, so let's go back to this. Therefore, son of man, say to your people, if someone who is righteous disobeys, that person's former righteousness will count for nothing. And if someone who is wicked repents, that person's former wickedness will not bring condemnation. The righteous person who sins will not be allowed to live, even though they were formerly righteous. If I tell a righteous person that they will surely live, but then they trust in their righteousness and do evil, none of the righteous things that person has done will be remembered. They will die for the evil they have done. And if I say to a wicked person, you will surely die, but they turn away from their sin and do what is just and right, if they give back what they took in pledge for a loan, return what they have stolen, follow the decrees that give life, and do no evil, that person will surely live. They will not die. None of the sins that person has committed will be remembered against them. They have done what is just and right. They will surely live. Yet your people say, the way of the Lord is not just, but it is their way that is not just. If a righteous person turns from their righteousness and does evil, they will die for it. And if a wicked person turns away from their wickedness and does what is just and right, they will live by doing so. Yet you Israelites say, the way of the Lord is not just, but I will judge each of you according to your own ways. In the 12th year of our exile, in the 10th month of the 5th day, a man who had escaped from Jerusalem came to me and said, the city has fallen. Now the evening before the man arrived, the hand of the Lord was on me, and he opened my mouth before a man came to me in the morning. So my mouth was open, and I was no longer silent. Then the word of the Lord came to me, Son of man, the people living in those ruins in the land of Israel are saying, Abraham was only one man, yet he possessed the land. But we are many. Surely the land has been given to us as our possession. Therefore say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Since you eat meat with the blood still in it, and look to your idols and shed blood, should you then possess the land? You rely on your sword. You do detestable things, and each of you defiles his neighbor's wife. Should you then possess the land? Say this to them. This is what the sovereign Lord says. As surely as I live, those who are left in the ruins will fall by the sword. Those out in the country I will give to the wild animals to be devoured. And those in strongholds and caves will die of a plague. I will make the land a desolate waste, and her proud strength will come to an end. And the mountains of Israel will become desolate, so that no one will cross them. Then they will know that I am the Lord, when I have made the land a desolate waste because of all the detestable things they have done. As for you, son of man, your people are talking together about you by the walls and at the doors of the houses, saying to each other, come and hear the message that has come from the Lord. My people come to you, as they usually do, and sit before you to hear your words, but they do not put them into practice. Their mouths speak of love, but their hearts are greedy for unjust gain. Indeed, to them you are nothing more than one who sings love songs with a beautiful voice and plays an instrument well. For they hear your words, but do not put them into practice. When all this comes true, it surely will, then they will know that a prophet has been among them. That was deep. That was deep. And that was definitely a message of encouragement for the prophets, for the true prophets, right? That's why we had that opening card on the thumbnail that says, the illusion of lack of support is designed to discourage you. It is only a test. Keep going. It is only a test. Keep going. What other messages do you have for us regarding this topic? Regarding these things these things that were mentioned. Wow. Okay, I need to read all this. Okay, so the next card that came out says, hanging out with you only to get close to your partner. Hidden motives, feelings, urges, subtle flirting, masked as friendliness. So this is also an energy that could be around you guys' partner or around you. And then we have sleeping with and or carrying out inappropriate sexual acts with children in secret. So what I heard too was be mindful of who's around your children. These people acting as too friendly around your children or something of that nature. Give me 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. So sleeping with and carrying out inappropriate sexual acts with children in secret. So this is talking about these individuals too, or this got something to do with these facilities, these child facilities, hospital facilities, health facilities. Alright, so we have your creativity will grant you success inevitably in divine timing, which is any time, and no one can stop it but God. Right? So this is also a message to the prophets of people who are going to be tasked to talk about these very taboo things here. And then we have afraid to love and trust again because of past betrayals. So I was getting another message about hysteria, that hysteria witchcraft or that spell on women, right? Because another thing about excuse me, the thing about manipulating your womb or your emotional connection to your uterus, to your womb, right? It also impacts or disrupts your creativity as well, what you create, right? Your ability to accept love, to be open to love. So this is why we got angel number 1481. So remember that. Read that number, 77. 77 is also an angel number for you. It's just popped up on the screen. And then also 2669. Right? This is talking about staying open-minded, open-hearted, and being grateful for all that you have. Count your blessings daily. Be caring, open, supportive of others. Be open so that you can receive this energy more as well, because I know you probably put that on a halt as some a defense mechanism, right? But you don't need to do that anymore, right? What other messages do you have? What other messages do you have for us? Remarkable. So remarkable changes. Remarkable endings and beginnings taking place at this time. You got ask and receive. Literally, just ask and you shall receive. For some of you, Spirit is saying that I do not want you working in the city. It is unsafe, or it is unwise for you to work in the city here. So you could be working from home, or you could be guided to move to a different area. It says there is something you are not doing or releasing that you are receiving delay. So something that needs to be this could also be these individuals, because we got plagues, curses, famine, release for raiding tombs, stealing sacred items from the dead, prostituting corpses for money, power, and fame, prostituting these fetuses, these aborted babies here, for money, power, fame, and immortality. Hidden AIDS, HIV, epidemic, pandemic, secretly infected. So something about that as well. Okay, so what I'm hearing too, there's something about the DNA or something about these fetuses or the placentas and stuff like that, that's supposed to aid or help with HIV. Something about HIV. This will also talk about the message regarding hyssop. So we got secret rituals to spellbound. Secret rituals to spellbound. So these are talking about these individuals receiving karma in the form of HIV or like just some very powerful aggressive diseases here. You were reincarnated here, past life royalty. You are this way for a reason. So speaking to a prophet here. There is something you are not sharing. It could be something regarding this, something that you know, Maybe you could be like you could have been an insider, or that could have been like a part of your mission to be an insider to have more information for us. It says there is something you are not sharing. Speak your truth. Be not afraid of your power. Or you could be a victim or survival of this type of activity here. It says visualization will help you aid your reality. Be mindful of what mental thought you are giving energy to. Choose wisely. All right, give us a message on Big Pharma. Give us a direct message concerning Big Pharma. What's happening right now? What's happening right now? What's happening right now? Ooh, I feel like I need to get some actual cards. Oh my God. This is why I was channeling both of them together. Big Pharma and Planned Parenthood. This says encouraging abortions to meet the demand for fetuses, used as saving grace for survival and immortality. Used as a saving grace formula. These people are sick. Birth control designed to destroy womb, cause infertility, cause hypertension, high blood pressure, ulcers, and hysteria. That's exactly why I wrote these fucking cards out. Oh my God. Let me... That's crazy. How they just all just shooting out like that. Racist, passive discrimination, discriminative, white, Asian, white descendants in slavery, Confederate bloodlines. And what did I say? I wrote receiving brutal karma. Racist, passive, discriminative, white, Asian, white descendants of slavery, Confederate bloodlines. Are linked and receiving brutal karma. Something about these people can't hide this shit no more, because this came out reverse. The looks are deceiving. Looks are deceiving. Something less, sometimes gratitude and focus, contributing. These people are not contributing virtuous energy here. They're not. They're not. These are people who are very ungrateful and greedy. They're always needing more. They're always hungry. That's demonic energy. Isolation and loneliness. So they're trying to keep people in this energy of isolation and loneliness here. Yeah, because the more we come together, especially with these truths, or just in our truth, receiving love, generating the power of love, and just basically co-creating and co-aiding, justice in the universe, right? Judgment for unlawful deaths or selfish gain. They're trying to avoid this. And when we come into communion, where we're on one accord with these things, that's what happens, right? This karma. Intentionally willing, inducing, encouraging, launching suicide spells to attain more youth for ritualistic acts and uses. This shit is crazy. Like, they're really attacking. Look, hidden trafficking base tunnels, underground transit, red zone areas. So something about certain cities being red zone areas for trafficking, and being aware of that. So we have an era to destroy melanin-rich spiritual potency. So black people are being targeted in the Southeast. Period. It doesn't matter if motherfuckers feel uncomfortable about it. They feel ashamed, guilty. Their ancestors are part of it. It's the fucking truth. It's what's happening right now. Period. And that's what sets us free. Look, Southwest. Targeting the South. These came out back to back. Targeting the South. Southeast and Southwest. So a lot of karma going on in these areas as well. So we got pornography, human trafficking, pedophilia, root chakra debilitation. This shit ain't no fucking joke, bruh. Shit is real. Status change. So this could also have a lot to do with health, like health statuses, right? And drastic numbers. You are of the bloodline of Solomon, a divine judge, wise counsel, understanding heart. We're judges. This is a part of these people's judgment here. Something about amusement, theme parks as well. This is one of those red zones, or these places that these people target. Ugh. These goddamn mothers. Someone made money off your wisdom, experience, and/or creative ideas project. This was done in secret. So what I'm hearing too, something about uncovering like sacred information and abusing and manipulating it. But definitely trying to keep people, or working to keep people in this energy of doubt and confusion here regarding their path or just their existence. I reject them, and so have you. They hate us both. These are people who are rejected by the Most High. So it says, what shall lead to their destruction and death shall for you lead to prosperity and life. This is what's happening. This is what's being arranged for us behind the scenes. What I said about hair dye, lotion, perfumes, magic potions to destroy. So these people have been trying to demonize magic and stuff like that, using religion or ministers and stuff like that. Speaking of that, I got confirmation for that shit. Ooh, which post? Ooh, which one is that? I gotta read y'all that shit. Damn, I gotta read y'all that. And I was like, the nerve of this motherfucker to just say that shit. Something about spell binding the ministers so that the ministers can keep people in check whenever they present these things to them, or they're launching these different forms of witchcraft on these people. Damn, where was it? Shit. I can find it right now. But something about the ministers keeping people in at ease, or justifying things so that people would endure this form of suffering, an unnecessary suffering. It says, no religion forbids cannibalism, nor can I find any law which prevents us from eating people. This was Chinese motherfuckers in China saying this shit. So, oh yeah, not just aborted children, but stillborns. So it's talking about eating stillborns as well. Aborted human fetuses intended for human consumption are being sold for as little as £1 in Chinese city of Shenzhen, according to reports in Hong Kong yesterday. Across the border from Hong Kong to see if fetuses were being sold, Shenzhen hospitals carried out 7,000 terminations last year, including a number on Hong Kong women seeking cheap abortions. Shenzhen Health Centre for Women and Children, a female doctor was asked for a fetus. The next day, she handed the reporter a fist-sized glass bottle stuffed with thumb-sized fetuses. The doctor was quoted saying, "There are 10 fetuses here, all aborted this morning. You can take them. We are a state hospital and don't charge. Normally, we doctors take them home to eat, all free. Since you don't look well, you can take them." So we had another doctor by the name of Zui Qin, a doctor working from Luhu Clinic in Shenzhen, said the fetuses were nutritious and claimed to have eaten 100 herself in the past 6 months. She said the best were firstborn males from young women. "We don't carry out abortions just to eat the fetuses," she said, but added that the fetuses would be wasted if not eaten. The newspaper said the fetuses were eaten as a soup together with pork and ginger. So I had said a vegetable, but it was actually pork. So they blended with pork and ginger to mask, I guess, wherever else. But another woman doctor in Sinhui Clinic, Shenzhen, this is all in the same area in China, was quoted as saying the fetuses were even better than placenta and nutritional value. They can make your skin smoother, your body stronger, and are good for kidneys. I was saying the liver, but it's your kidneys. Dr. Warren Lee, president of Hong Kong Nutrition Association, said eating fetuses is a traditional Chinese medicine deeply founded in folklore. However, basically they try to deny it. Damn, I can't find that post when the lady says something about the ministers kind of helping carry out the witchcraft or the brainwashing of the people. So, making them think everything is fine and calm and all you have to do is say this or do that and whatever. But no, like, this shit really is still impacting and affecting people. Basically, ignoring it or acting like it's not there doesn't mean that's how the shit gonna go away. Like, so let's see what else come out about this. Give me some messages about this hysteria attack. Hysteria. This is what hysteria reminds. This is what it makes me think of. Because if you see this lightning strike and this tornado and stuff like that I put there, I was thinking about what does a woman or what does a person who is imbalanced in their emotions or their sacral chakra or their feminine energy, what does that look like when it plays out? Like, what are they creating? What are their emotions and their intuition, their thoughts creating here? Because that's what's responsible for that area, right? So think about the different variations or manifestations of water, because water is very powerful. Think about hurricanes, tsunamis, right? Hail, all that shit. So this says, this is talking about launching this attack. It says, paper money should be the least of your concerns. I will give and provide you all that you need and more. Just continue being who you were predestined to be. These people didn't want to honor their path, or they didn't want to honor their divine path or this life path or this thing, or they're completely detached and disconnected from this thing because they are without soul. They didn't come here for that. They came here to specifically serve as evil beings, right? So these people what are the messages you have regarding these people launching these attacks? Evil eyeing all that is linked to your peace, love, and joy. Craving blood, eating uncooked raw animal flesh, eating of flesh and blood, including human. We're dealing with some demons, like some very strong demons here. Very strong demons. Regular food does not satisfy these people. Being haunted by those they have murdered, insensible acts. So this is what's happening at this time as well. Yeah, these individuals from the northeast migrating migrating from places, committing these acts, these detestable acts. And as a result, there's going to be an unexpected boom in our finances, I'm seeing. They said any day now, all needs met, living comfortably. So these are a part of what's being woven behind the scenes right now. It says stop acting like the way we live in is only how it would ever be. So this is talking about people needing to move out of this mindset, because this is what's helping ushering this new earth. You are a sacred and wise mother. Children are a part of your destiny. I have been guarding and protecting your womb, the sacred mother. So this is talking about those who have taken heed or who've been guided away from these things, or this, that, and the third. This is talking about your womb being protected here. You are sacred. But those individuals who came across this information or this wisdom and stuff and they didn't take heed, unfortunately, and this is old companions and ex-friends who have betrayed you, taken you for granted, wished ill upon you, checking for you in secret. So this is talking about you delivering these messages to your ex-friends or something like that, or old companions. These people didn't believe you, didn't take you serious. It keeps wanting to come out too. You will see just how serious I am when I say touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm or risk your life. And that's a message from Ra. Look. Oh my God. This is who we talking to. Hospitals, pharmacists, malevolent herbalists, adding glamour, love potions to prescriptions, medicine elixirs, drugs to bind. So you're going to see these people dying, distributing poisons and potions to gain power, control, favor, and reverence. They do not have faith. These are people who are faithless here. These people are being removed. But you need to know that you are an earth angel. Do not be fooled by your flesh, nor by appearances. I have made you in concrete proof and evidence of who you are in my eyes. They have learned their lesson. They have changed. You can forgive them and trust them. Reciprocity. So once again, this is talking about you being open to love. This is you receiving your abundance, what you truly deserve at this time. But you have to be open to this energy. You're closed off to this energy because all this bullshit around us that you experience, that you encounter firsthand as a prophet. But this is talking about being open to this energy and also still distributing this energy, because that's what you're put here for. Not only are you put here to bring enlightenment, to bring the truth, to bring light to darkness, this, that, and the third, but you're also here to distribute love. What love actually is, what it actually feels like, how it's conducted, right? All right. I'm going to stop here, and we're going to do another reading here. I need to finish the signs from yesterday. Look, big Pharma, witchcraft, and sorcery. That's how we end in the video. Damn. Bishop Mason. Why don't you look at this picture? And we got the Son of Coins. So these people are being haunted by the children that was murdered. And something about a bishop here. I don't know if this is like a dark bishop or a crooked bishop that was a part of this here. Whoa, definitely something about a church or like a bishop, a mason, somebody who's a mason, but they're a bishop in a church. Remember I was talking about how something about the ministers helping? Yeah, we got 8 of Sticks and Son of Knives. And in that Son of Knives, that looks like a church. Then we got Railroad Bill. So this is talking about like this whole like, oh my God. This makes me think about the red zones, or just slavery, or just forms of trafficking and transiting bodies or transiting people, like through trains and this, that, and the third. So something about some religious leaders here getting caught up for their participation in this. 9911, 9911. What does that mean? 9911. What does that mean? You about to find out. 9911. Damn. Okay, so it's not in here. It's not showing up. So let me check. A smaller version of it. Okay, 9. So we got 991. Let's see what that means. Oh my God. This shit literally means the womb. What the fuck? That is fucking crazy, bruh. Oh my God, I hope y'all can see that shit. Do you see that? That shit says the womb. Emergency cleanup, emergency rescue. Emergency rescue for playing over these people's wounds, playing over people's livelihoods, playing over these legacies, abusing these children. That is crazy. Depression. Putting laboring women in depression, or try to keep them in depressive states so that they're either unable to have children, to have infertility issues, or to have birth complications and possibly die. Right? So intentionally trying to depress these birthing women who are in their birthing ages, right? Because remember, they said that they prefer young sons from young women, right? They prefer those fetuses over all else. That is crazy. What's Joshua? What does that mean? Let's see. Okay, that was 1925. 1925. Ooh. It's gonna take too long not to. Found it. Their territory included. So something about territorial clans. The 5th lot came out for the tribe of Asher according to its clans. Clansmen. Territorial clansmen. So migrating to places and then gonna have nerve to play territorial over some shit that was never yours. Or territorial over people, treating people like property, like it's yours. You own these people, you own these things, you can do whatever the hell you want to, or no, you cannot. You about to find out. These towns and their villages were the inheritance of the tribe of da-da-da. So something about the tribe of Asher as well. Okay, so that's all we got from that one. I kind of want to look at 9/11 to see what that means. But that's crazy how 991 means womb in the Hebrew dictionary. So I'm definitely on the menu. Okay. So 991. Okay, and 9/11. Solitary, the father of the Edomite chief. separation. Separating men from their families, sons from their family, or from their mothers, or from their children here. So creating this discord and this separation. Damn. They're trying to get rid of the protection. They're trying to get rid of the physical human manifestation of these women's protection. So the boys, the males. And they also believe that the males are more powerful. And this is why they prefer to consume the males as well. Genesis, that was Genesis 36. Move to a land. Move from Canaan to a land some distance from his brother Jacob. Their possessions were too great for them to remain together. The land where they were staying could not support them both because of their livestock. So Esau, that is Edom, settled in the hill country of Seir. So this is talking about these bloodlines in these high places here who have the 300 cows, livestock. So these people are receiving karma in their livestock as well. Their livestock is getting sick, or they have these sicknesses, they're dying or some shit like that. So they're losing out on money. This is also talking about these families or these bloodlines who treat their children like livestock for gain also. These people are fucking ruthless. It says slavery will end when the people decide to no longer be slaves or tolerate injustice. Just simply stop. And then we got contracted STDs, viruses from playing in chosen one's energy, teaming up with malevolent forces. And something about they're harming each other. Now these people harming each other. Look, mask off. That's why I said this shit not hidden. Mask off, exposed. The additions cannot cover up the truth. And then you need to know that you are being rewarded and protected for choosing to be wise and learning from your spiritual lessons here. I kind of want to get astrology. Alright, how is this being reflected in the planets? Woo! I ain't even mean to do all that. Up. 10th house in reverse, authority. Malpractice. These authorities, so law enforcement, all these people who are in these, put in these positions here, the government, being exposed for partaking in this shit, depending on it, damn near. Exploration. That makes me think about Christopher Columbus, fake ass. Ooh. What else, Spirit? What else? What else? What are the messages you have concerning this? What's going on right now? What's going on? So we have Capricorn. So father, something about a father. Or the patriarch. Yeah, that's coming to an end. Some endings and beginnings regarding the patriarch. This whole what you call it? masochist energy or whatever. These men look retrograde in review. Clarify Capricorn. Got exploration again, the 9th house. What's 9th house? Is that Capricorn too? No, Capricorn is the 10th house, so Sagittarius. But I would look Scorpio. So under investigation, these things are under heavy investigation right now, being exposed here. People getting caught up. These fathers, these patriarchs, these authorities getting caught up here, exposed, investigated. Clarify authority reverse. What's authority reverse? What's authority reverse? Change. Uranus. Aquarius energy. So there's going to be a change in how authority is conducted in this culture, or just in general. It's going to be a change here, a major change too. So that could be it being flipped from patriarchal energy to matriarchal energy. Clarify retrograde. I think, isn't Saturn in retrograde recently? So we got Aries, act, leadership here. So these people are being forced to review, or there's actions being reviewed here, or certain activities and acts that were done being reviewed at this time. That was 11122 on the timer, so something about that number as well. And we got 12th house, introspection. Clarify introspection. Clarify introspection. Ooh, some people, this is very hard for people to swallow, to digest here. Something very hard to digest. I just to talk about the digestion system in general. Some karma regarding digestive system is sex here. Yes, this is talking about the womb. Like, it just, wow. Clarify Mars. Clarify Mars. You got the 3 of Pentacles. God, hearing limitations. Mental force protects against sorrows and illnesses. Right? That clarified. This is talking about sexual illnesses. Right? Or sorrows as a result. Like mental conflict and sorrows that were birthed out of these reproductive attacks or issues or sexual violence here. 10 of Pentacles, the honorable God, inner and outer work, helps one keep their job, protects against disasters. So these people have been helping each other keep their jobs here, even though they've been doing this shit. We got Queen of Swords, God, the hope of the earth, ritual and ceremony. Rituals and ceremonies can acquire all the treasures of heaven and earth. To acquire all the treasures of this world, of this realm here, at the expense of other people's souls, at the expense of people's health, at the expense of people's peace and joy. Clarify Virgo. Clarify Virgo. Gabriel, the moon card, it came out reverse. It says, God is my strength. Divine revelation reveals messages, has the power to destroy. Ooh, why did it come out reverse? Mahasya, 4 of Wands, God the Savior. Number 5, changes. So this is about to change. This shit that's hidden, this is about to change. We got number 5. It says rectification. So this is talking about being rectified. We're being rectified at this time. Helps one live in peace with everyone. So something being rectified. Clarify 4 of Wands. What's the 4 of Wands? Knight of Wands. Hahula. 24. God, the good in himself. Damn. Protection prevents discovery of secret crimes. Saves exiles. This person within this wheel here, definitely some occultic sciences here. This is crazy. This is crazy. You got Daniel, King of Wands, God the merciful judge. Another 5. Eloquence gives answers to those in doubt. So if you guys could be experiencing any doubt about anything, or this is talking about these solutions being provided. Whether that's in, your tribe, or just in general, what the ancestors, what our spirit guides are doing behind the scenes. The Emperor, like unto God. Political authority gives safe travel and protects against conspiracies. So this is also talking about these people trying to mask and make it seem like a lot of this truth is conspiracies and stuff like that. They can't stop this from coming out, though. It's inevitable because it's a faulty foundation. Yeah, I'm telling you, look at all this witchcraft here. We done had 2 wheels come out. Like, okay, the right hand of God. This is 22, so this is going to happen this year. Fame and renown. This could happen tomorrow. Today's the 21st, so this could be happening tomorrow. We got 2 22s here. So this could be something taking place on tomorrow, so just keep an eye out. Because we got 22 twice. And then we got 3, so this is talking about some type of groups here. Construction of the universe, help with great works, protection from adversaries. Fame, okay, so 3 of Cups. It says fame and renown influences commerce, voyages, and great discoveries. That's the 3 of Cups. This is just, I'm just getting more clarity, basically. We just keep getting more clarity. Hierophant. Number 9, the merciful God. Divine forgiveness obtains friendship and favors of the great. Secures promises. So this is talking about these covenants being secured. The covenants that were made with the chosen from the divine, from the Most High, being secured here, being honored. All right? Sit back and watch. Sit back and watch, and you make sure you just open up to love. The impenetrable. These people thought these secrets would be impenetrable. And this makes me feel like it's a person holding organs or whatever, or like extracting organs here. Yeah, these people thought these things would be impenetrable here because they have so many of each other to cover each other's ass. Right? That's what they've been riding on for a long time. But they about to see that shit don't mean a damn thing. Universal medicine, elevation of the soul, and revelation of mystery. So these revelations are being revealed at this time. Something about revelation also, and I just got 11711, so something about that number too. But new revelations being made regarding this issue here of regarding medicine. This is talking about us receiving universal medicine from the Most High directly. Fuck their methods of medicine. They've been destroying us intentionally, destroying our health on purpose. This is talking about those who are truly divine being restored here. And this is talking about their own devices returning back to them. Period. The world. It's over. It's over. It's over. God, the source of wisdom, fountain of wisdom, gives success in all ventures. Period. And what's that trying to... 2 of Swords, reverse. God, Lord of all virtues, breaking the cycle. Life opposing barriers brings victory. Look, breaking the circle. Break Rockefeller who? Don't none of that shit matter. This shit is getting broken the fuck up because it's a faulty foundations. So these people can be in confusion. They're gonna be in confusion soon. Look, hidden. The hidden God right among them. So this is talk about people leaving these companies too and exposing. So turning away from wickedness and turning toward righteousness. Right? These people are being called. They're being divinely guided to do this, to help wield and aid this justice as well. So they're exposing these companies that they've been working for. They're exposing their families, these bloodlines that they've been a part of. They're exposing these people too. So keep an eye out for that as well. Keep an eye out. Look. Then we read something about a person in hostel. These elitists, right? These hunting elitists who I think they said he had the decapitated heads of all his enemies in a room in his mansion. So there's definitely some information, some stuff coming out about this. God, protector, and savior. This makes me think about Kalima energy as well. And this also, look at this baby. This makes me think about a baby that has passed on. So these people are reaping hauntings, paranormal activity, karma, can't sleep, melatonin. Right? Buying up all the melatonin medicines and pills and shit, trying to sleep or whatever because they're having nightmares. Truth and justice, protection from enemies who would steal one's fortune. Protection from enemies who would steal one's fortune. People losing their shit. Oh my. Six of Swords, the gentle guy, 63. Perception of unity protects against accidents, heals the sick. Two things about this. This is talking about us having a perception of unity, being open to unity, so that we can actually allow this energy to come in, because it is. We naturally exude this energy, so it's naturally coming in. It's just a matter of us, you know, being open to it, because we can have a tendency of still being on defense because of previous experiences, right? But also death. This is also talking about these people and their false perception of the unity that they have within these groups, this longevity. There ain't no longevity. It's the ending to the longevity. It's an ending to that. It's an ending to it. Look, divine timing. It was literally divine timing. They had a certain amount of time to correct these things, to repent, right? They're running out of time. Endings and rebirth influences health and longevity. God, the end of the universe. Look, fools. Oh my God. Fools. These people are looking very foolish, feeling very foolish. The exalted one. Will and new beginnings assist with difficult and great undertakings. The exalting God. These people who exalted themselves as gods. Nine of Cups, God the kindness giver, healing, preserves, health, and cures diseases. This came out reversed. That's why I said these diseases are being reversed, right? These are plagues and curses given to these people by the Most High because of the diseases and the destruction that they've been given upon other people, innocent souls, that they had no business doing that, right? But it's your girl, the Authentic Empress. I love you guys. Know that you are being governed and guided in your dreams, in the dream state, or in your day visions, receiving messages, clarity, having mysteries, hidden things regarding mortals revealed to you. These people are being forced to submit to a higher order. This is 33 here, authenticity. Being forced to submit to authenticity and integrity and what's real, what's transparent, what's real, what is real, period. Submission to higher order identifies traitors and destroys their plans. Plans being destroyed. Fuck that. That shit that they been have. Look, high priestess. High priestess. Right behind that. Success, protection from magistrates. Period. Oh my God, bro. Like, this is... Then we got Angel Ariel, the revealing God. So Angel Ariel is helping to reveal these things or reveal these mysteries to you also. It says perception and revelation, discovers hidden treasure, reveals secrets of nature. Wheel of Fortune, Metatron, the recording angel. These people didn't keep in mind that all these things were being recorded. All the good, all the righteous deeds, all the evil deeds, everything was being recorded. How could you forget? Advancement and progress teaches, guides, and records events in the book of life. These people spend so much of their time, so much of their energy and their resources investing in, you know, adding people to death or killing people off. They don't even have their name in the book of life. Temperaments. We got the High Priestess came out again. The good of joy, reconciliation, regains the favor of those one has offended. So remember, we're talking about some of you guys are going to have some people come back. You're going to be coming back into union with some people who really have changed. They really have changed or had these spells broken off of them. But you will be able to know. You will be able to identify whether this person is sincere or not. You will be able to identify evil. There is nothing evil that is unpredictable to you. You will know. Trust your discernment. Trust your discernment. And because you have this knowing, you have this wisdom, you can be open to love. You can be open to being that gentle, kind being that you truly are, but still not take no bullshit. You don't have to participate in nobody's bullshit. Period. You don't have to tolerate nobody's bullshit. Right? But trust yourself. Trust that the angels, your ancestors, your guides are actually with you. Right? How are you really trusting that you have this divine power, that you are in and acting out of this divine power, if you're afraid of every motherfucker that comes towards you because of other motherfuckers who misuse or mishandled you? You can't be that way. You have to use the internal wealth and gifts that we have. We have to actually apply it, right? Period. Trial and error. But it's your girl, the Authentic Empress. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.